Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Sherwood, and this is Toybox. Toybox takes place in a small child's bedroom, however, you are the toy soldiers. He's built himself a little fort battle going on his play table, and you have to enact it for him. There's plenty of things that you can interact with inside the level. For example, you can shoot down his table of cards, and as well as the Jenga table. Now, the idea is that it's heavy enough and sturdy enough you shouldn't be defacing the actual level, and most of the more important rigid bodies don't go anywhere. However, little touches like that, for example the marbles, just give a feeling of you're on a child's table. But what is the flow all about? So the flow is that there seems to be something on every single edge to make sure that you don't fall off. There's books, tables, the train set, a giant teddy bear, for the most part real walls that are in the way. So you have no real reason to ever be near the edge. However, it's not supposed to completely save you. If you do, for any reason, feel the need to fall off, you will die. The idea is that you are toys and you can't leave the border of the imagination. So, as for cover and support, the only open area is the yellow plane. The table is divided into 4 colors, so you generally always know where you're going to be. Yellow is the wide open, there's almost nothing here. The solution for this was to have a bunch of tubes that were left out on the table. They can get you from point A to point B very quickly, very easily, and then safely back into the fight somewhere else. At no point do you ever need to be in the middle because everything else interconnects, but if you feel the need to go out here for weapons or ammo, that is the safest bet you've got. Now these elevators serve 2 purposes. Go up once, you can just get to the 2nd floor. However, a skilled player can jump up them, and bam, you've made it to the 3rd. The 3rd floor, while covered with soldiers for aesthetic, are also barriers. You can't shoot through these models, and they're a different color, also more or less just T-posing, so that there's no way you could distinguish them from a player. But there's also plenty of blocks to keep you safe along the way. When there's players down on the bottom floor, they almost can never see you, so you don't need cover, and anyone on the 2nd floor is just as vulnerable as you are, therefore deserving just as little cover. There's plenty of ways to get back and forth between each one of them, making sure that flow of top stairs is as much as you want. However, you can leave at any time, easily jumping down to the 2nd floor, returning back up almost in an instant. The flow offers you more than just a figure 8, but a constant, never-ending need to be able to go whichever direction you want. If you feel the need to jump down now, bam, you're down, you're in a hallway, and you're already back out. Jump pads can lead you straight back to the top, and you're never in a reason where you would ever need to stop for any reason. Even the long hallways have a crayon wedged in there, which acts as guards, so that if you need to walk down a long hallway, you're not immediately getting sniped the second you enter. There's plenty of bridges and ways to get around. A couple of areas where it's a little more difficult to get across was intentional due to the fact that we didn't want the player to be able to go literally wherever they wanted, whenever they wanted. They should still at least follow the general body of flow throughout the map. Now, a small homage to a previous level I made is a space station Lego set that the child has built himself. Now, this is not just a simple copy-paste. There are over 2,000 Lego pieces placed within the map, each individually for coloring later. This was designed so that it gave the feel of a Lego level without actually clipping or having trouble walking across it. When you stand on the Legos, they interact with you as no differently than the floor. You can still skill jump, you can still jump around, you can run totally with ease, but now it has the feeling of you're still in a toy world regardless of the fact that the shapes are a little more complicated. So, much in the same previous version, there's the elevator that gets you up, a ramp that gets you back down, plenty of cover, and a slidable underneath cannon. The cannon was once again designed to be far too tall to reach it just by simply jumping, and that's to prevent players from being able to go too high. Even the bear, which generally has a design that looks like you should be able to jump on top of it, has a blocking volume. You can't go on it, and it's just for aesthetic. The point is to stop you from being able to jump wherever you want, whenever you want, and to keep the player generally safe. Even these marbles, while they can be shot off the edge, are a first-time stopper from wanting to go off the edge. Once those are gone, however, you can throw yourself to your doom. The idea is, don't do that. Things like the cereal bowl are going to have items inside of them that are dangerous to get because now you're at the mercy of anybody up here, and the only way to get back out is to jump back up over the spoon. The spoon is an easy way to get out, however it's thin enough that you might make a mistake. The longer you're stuck in there, the more you're open fire. Back here is a little more open and a little more dangerous, however, crouching prevents people from almost any level seeing you, and anyone from the higher level, that's what the Jenga blocks tower is for. You should be able to not throw yourself off a cliff. You should be able to hide behind it for quick cover. However, a cheeky player is able to shoot down the Jenga block tower and cause enough destruction that it's no longer a safe bastion to hide behind. It takes a little while, which is intentional because we didn't want the only cover out here to be gone immediately. I don't know why I keep saying we, I built this myself. Anyway, yeah. So, as you can see, even on the ground floor, there's always constantly being able to duck, weave, go in, go out. You are never stuck in any one spot at one time. If you want to be in the Lego area, it would take you all of 10 seconds. So, go through the hallway, skip the crayon, and bam, you're already upstairs, ready to go in the Lego area. Need to get back downstairs? There's the ramp. You have no reason to ever be stuck in one plane for too long. You're already back in, and you're back in the fight. Bot testing shows that this is the more common area for everyone to fight, therefore it's a little more open near the ground, because at a certain point you do need to be able to shoot other players. You don't want to constantly have nothing but corridors to the point where you can't see anybody, so down here is a little more open, a little more available for combat. The moment you start dying though, you can jump away and be safe. So as for a figure eight, there isn't anything quite like that because the idea is to be you can move literally wherever you want, whenever you want. However, there is a general flow. The boards go up in a way that force you to go into a bit of a semicircle in order to go around them. Do you have to? Not necessarily, if you're a good enough player that you can run along the wall. However, if you're not, it is just a path that you can take if you want to. Yet, there is never a point where you feel the need to have to. You can jump back down if you want to, you can use this to jump to the other edge, doesn't really matter. So long as you have a way to escape and then keep going throughout the fight, you're good to go. This is Toybox, and look forward to seeing the rest of it build.